let's start. This is weird because it says on my end that we're off, but here
No, we're
it's
live.
also. I know. I can see it, but whatever. Let's just run with it. It doesn't seem laggy. It doesn't seem bad. So, um, cool. Let's go then. All right. So you're live and not watching the Thrones thing.
No,
Hog. What the fuck is this Thrones thing? Is it
I know.
is it House of the
I don't know
Dragon?
what he's. I don't know what he's talking about, man.
Is
Maybe
it
it's an Irish thing.
is it is it House of the Dragon? Is it any football thing? Because I'm pretty sure there's nothing um today. That's tomorrow. Champions is tomorrow. So I don't know. Whatever. All right. Cool. So let's start. Hello again.
Okay,
This is me and Mateen once again talking to three people online,
there
which
we
is
go.
always fun. Today we're gonna talk about a few things, but mainly Overwatch 1.5, the best game of all time, and we're also gonna talk about a bit of the state of PlayStation and their new, let's call it, business model, which seems more appropriate at this point. So let's start first by addressing the main topic, which is Overwatch. So Overwatch, for the two people out there that don't know, Overwatch uh, 2 came out like a week ago, more or less. I think so, a week ago, and
Great success.
it's
Great
been
launch.
it's been kind of well received. Like it got good
Yeah.
reviews. I'm gonna check quickly,
Mm.
cause I'm very curious. But I think he got Overwatch 2 Metacritic. Quickly, quick, 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 quick. Yeah, it got a 81 on Metacritic, for at least the PC and other consoles. There's no reviews out, but it's mostly
Spoken.
unanimous. Uh, yeah, it's mostly unanimous that it's good. Apparently, according to critics, maybe they played on different servers than I did. I don't know, but um, yeah, the Overwatch 2 has been out for about a week. It's gonna be a week in like I think tomorrow make is a week. And we thought about talking about it because me and Mateen have been playing it for a while now. We play like a game on launch, then we didn't play for the next day because we couldn't log in, and then we finally played again on the weekend because then the queue was like 2 seconds only. So queues are slowly disappearing, which is good. So I'm
Yeah,
actually
no,
gonna
that's
let you start because you came in Overwatch
yeah.
with
New.
no experience
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
from the previous game.
I had never played really.
The first one you never like, even the
So
beta,
no, 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 no,
free
no, no,
weekends,
nothing,
shit like that.
nothing,
No, okay, okay,
nothing.
okay.
So, by the way, hey, Bleak.
Hey Blake.
Uh, no, I didn't really know what to expect, honestly, which is funny because it's such a popular game. I'd watched all the shorts just because I
The
liked them.
shorts are great though.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But I was really worried that I was gonna be like awful at it because any first person anything I'm terrible at. And minus one game where I was truly awful, I've actually found it to be like a really easy learning curve. Just because I'm really impressed by how different all the other characters are. I mean, obviously there's a lot of characters with like guns, but even those characters they play completely differently. And it's not like I don't. There are like a couple characters where I'm like, they seem really overpowered. But this, considering the amount of characters they have, and I want to touch on that a little later, but I think it's really impressive that every single character I've tried so far, even if I'm not good at them, I'm like, oh, I can see how this character could be really good if you have a certain play style or whatnot. Like, I must say, like, again, I know I totally acknowledge that like the title suggests, it's like Overwatch 1.5, but I mean, it's if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, like it's really good. It's really, really smooth. It's really like I said, the most impressive thing to me is the amount of characters and the fact that every single character feels like you can play them completely differently and it's still really valid and really fun. Uh Yeah, I know some people are annoyed that you need to, which I personally don't feel this way, but they're like, oh, you don't have all the characters at first. You have to play games, and then pretty much every game I've been unlocking a new character. That doesn't bother me. I know that that bothers some people because I get it. It's different. Um, yeah, I'm not a fan of the. I would actually have been fine with the battle pass if the battle pass looked remotely interesting to me. Like I went through it and there was like one skin that I thought looked kind of cool. Uh, but it was like the very last one. It was for Genji,
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is the
and
Genji one?
yeah, yeah,
My
yeah,
two
yeah. That one
things
was really
is
cool.
the two things I like from Battle Pass. One of them is free, which is the Winston Soldier one. I kind of
Yeah,
dig
yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
but it's free and it's like the it in the early part of the Battle Pass. I'm pretty sure I'm like really close to getting it. And the other one I
Mhm.
like is Genji. So like, I don't see a point in getting the Battle Pass right now, or ever. Um,
Yeah. It's
but
insane to me that between Fall Guys, Fortnite, and Overwatch 2, the best battle pass is Fall Guys right now, which is insane statement, but it's true. I stand by it.
it's also the best game out of the three.
Oh yeah, obviously. But yeah,
No,
no, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed as someone who's never played Overwatch. I came in here and I'm like, yeah, I can see why it's so popular. It's really, really good. I mean, just very basic statement. But no, I'm impressed and I can't wait to keep playing.
okay,
Yeah.
then guess it's my turn to
Hmm.
balance it out. I actually think, but just to give context, I played Overwatch a lot when it came out. I played on launch. I have the game on three different consoles. Over the first Overwatch, I have it on Switch, on PlayStation, and on PC. I bought three different copies because I loved Overwatch so much that I wanted to play on literally every possible console I owned except fucking Xbox because I only got an Xbox like 3 or 2 years ago. Um, I put like hundreds of hours on PC. On PlayStation, I would say like about 100 hours as well. And on Switch, that was like the lowest I played. That was probably like around 40 to 50 hours tops. Still played a lot. I love the first Overwatch. My problem with Overwatch became that they were not really support. Got to a point where they weren't really supporting other than skins, the game. Like they were throwing a new character every now and then, but they all felt, to me at least personally, the same. They weren't supporting like most of the characters came um, to the DPS section, and not a lot came to support or tank uh, sides of the game. The modes, to me personally, they were just bad. I didn't really like them, um, especially like the the one where you have to carry the payload. To me personally, the payload one is the worst one. That one is really really bad, but whatever. The reason why I kind of got out of the game was because I just wasn't getting enough new stuff to justify, continuously playing the game. I think Mateen fell because his camera. No, no, never mind. It was a glitch on my end. Sorry. um, but yeah, when Overwatch 2 was announced, I was extremely excited because I thought they're going to reinvent Overwatch and make it great. I was a bit scared when they announced it was going to be free to play because when it comes to free to play, I always think, okay, maybe it's not a sequel, but I was holding out hope because Blizzard usually doesn't pull that shit. Personally, I had never seen it. Maybe with Diablo, they pulled the mobile shit, but that's about it. That's the worst they have done that I can think of. I'm not talking about the stuff going on, the company and the harassment and all that. I'm talking
What,
strictly about video games, not
something go fishy going on, or what are you talking about?
nah. We're not gonna talk about that, but I'm talking strictly video game wise.
Hmm.
So when they announced sequel, I swear I thought they had also announced there was gonna be a campaign. Apparently, I misread it. It was always like just a co-op mode, which is still cool for Overwatch, but I always thought it was a campaign for some reason. Whatever. So when they announced it, I was really excited because I thought, okay, this could be the revival that Overwatch needs to come back into our lives and become the great game it always was, at the beginning at least. And then we kind of stopped hearing things about it. Like, then it kind of vanished, and I completely forgot there was an Overwatch 2 coming out. Until a while ago when they announced, oh, we're gonna do an open beta. Whoever wants to join has to, like, sign in and blah 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 blah. You might get a code, you might not get a code. I never got a fucking code, unfortunately. But that's when I started. That's when it appeared again, like it surfaced again, the sequel. And I was like, okay, so it's still going forward, but I'm kind of scared that they're not showing much about it. They're just slowly putting it out there and low key, being very low key about it, which got me even more scared. And then I saw gameplay and I was like, this looks exactly like Overwatch 1, but with a few changes to the HUD and a few changes to the maps. I guess now we can play the night maps on during the day. Great. Okay. So again, I was a bit scared, but then I thought to myself, the game is still like probably months. Oh, because by the time they announced this, the beta, they had not given like a date. They just said it's coming soon, but there was never like an actual release. So it's like they have time. They're probably gonna push more stuff into it as time goes on, and then we got it. And after playing it, I was going to talk about the issues that everyone knows, like the queues and stuff, but those are mostly gone, so I don't think it's really fair to put it on the game because the issues about queuing and logging in, they're basically gone. Now you can log in seconds. You might get a small queue, but it's always going to be seconds. I have not taken more than like a minute to get in, and I'm exaggerating when I say a minute. So back when it released, sure. Now, not so much. My problem with the game is that it, to me personally, feels like they barely did anything to add to the game, and they just called it Overwatch 2, just because it sells better than calling it Overwatch free to play or Overwatch Heroes version, whatever. Like, they clearly just changed the name so they could get a marketing push. So it sounds better. Like someone that hasn't played Overwatch in a while and sees a 2, they think, oh, it's the sequel. It's new. It's brand new. Let me jump in again. Let me jump in into the sequel. But nobody is trying to hide it anymore. It's not a sequel. It's at most an expansion, and I even calling it an expansion feels kind of cheap because what really is they added a few new maps. They added one new character so far, literally one. Cool that it was a support, and cool that it's actually a cool character and it plays really well. But it was just one character they added, and they redid the entire system, the Overwatch system, and they made it the Fortnite system, where now we have battle passes, now we have the loot box, loot box, we have the shop with 24 hours rotation of skins and shit like that. And the old system that I actually liked, I don't know why everyone hated. I like the loot boxes. I never put a single dollar, other than buying the game, of course. I never put a single dollar into Overwatch, and I got most of the skins I wanted out of just opening boxes. Like, I don't know why everyone hated. I guess people really wanted a specific skin, and want a specific skin, you kind of have to open boxes over and over again and hope it comes out of it. Sure, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I was more of a casual player, not a hardcore Overwatch player. I don't know.
Yeah, I think also like loot boxes have a really bad reputation.
I was hoping they would. I was hoping they would also do the modes, because and I still hate the modes in Overwatch. The payload mode is garbage. In my opinion, it's kind of unfair to the people that are defending the payload.
Yeah, no, if you're defending payload, it's like
defending the payload is way harder than attacking and pushing the payload forward.
Maybe if they stop, because like the moment they get to a checkpoint, they get
so much time. The game I played yesterday, I had 30 seconds on the clock, and we did a mistake as a team. Sure, that happens. Cost us a team kill. 100% our fault, but it happens. They were able to push until the next checkpoint, and it went from like 30 seconds to like almost 4 minutes. I was like, what? You gave them 4 minutes to push to the next checkpoint. It's not that long of a checkpoint.
No,
too.
because I think it could be a really fun mode if they gave them less time, because then teams, the attacker team, would be forced to be really aggressive. Whereas now, like they know they can just wait and like very gradually move it, or make it that because like if you do like a team kill when you're defending, and then you all jump on the payload, it moves back really slowly, right?
Yeah,
Like
but
make it that
very
make
slowly. And I
no
think
exactly,
it
but
has to be
make
like
it that it
two or
moves
three
back.
heroes on top of the
Yeah,
payload.
make it that it
One
moves
guy
back
doesn't do
way
anything.
faster. Yeah, make it that it moves back faster
Yeah,
or something like that. Like because
I hate
right
the
now
payload
it's
mode.
yeah, it's
My
so
favorite one
one-sided.
is still the domination area domination mode where you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to
I love
capture an
that.
area and whoever holds on the longest wins. That to
Mhm.
me is the best mode because you can actually, put on a tactic there.
Yeah, and
It's
it goes back and forth,
it
and if
goes
it's at
back
like
and forward,
99, yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
that's basically the two modes the game has. Now they added a new mode which is to me basically fucking payload just different, a bit
Yeah,
different, where there's a guy
I
and
do
whoever
prefer it.
pushes the
Yeah,
farthest.
yeah,
uh,
I do prefer it to payload. I do
I do.
prefer it to
I
payload
The
because
payload is the worst one. I do
yeah,
agree,
yeah, yeah.
but I hate that the
But
new
it is
mode. Like
really
people
so.
said, oh, the payload is tedious, so they were like,
Mhm.
okay, cool, let's give you a very similar payload then, which is
Yeah.
better, but it's still very fucking tedious because you have to
Mhm.
push this, and I feel like the game still asks the player a lot to communicate with strangers and work together. I feel like yes,
Yeah.
this is a team game and you should work as a team, but I feel like there's too much team. There's
Yeah.
too much relying on teamwork. Like League of Legends is also a team game, but if there's one player that's doing pretty decently, that could change the game around. If the team sucks, but there's one player kind of carrying, that could easily win them the game. In
It's
Overwatch,
interesting.
I could be the
Yeah.
best player in the team. If my team is not cooperating and playing well with me, then we're gonna lose 100%.
No, I had a game where as a healer, I did 50 I did 15,000 healing, which like for those who haven't played the game, that's a lot.
You did fifty
And
thousand.
no, 15. God, I
Oh,
wish. Yeah, no, 15. And my team got
fifteen
annihilated.
thousand is a lot. Yeah.
Like, yeah, so like, whereas, and the thing is also, it's interesting because in League of Legends, if one player is doing really well, if they get a lot of kills, they level up faster. So they're way more powerful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, you had a game where you got like, I don't know, like 29 or something, like insane amount of kills.
Who, me?
That still, yeah, that
Oh, as
didn't
Diva.
make
Yeah.
yeah, that didn't make you way more powerful
No,
than the other. Not that I don't know if that's the way to go, but I agree. Like there is way too much reliance
on
on
working with strangers. Like
yeah,
that's
because
why
it
that's why we're saying
yeah,
like we need to get more of our friends playing the game. Not because we really want them to play the game. We just need better
yeah.
teammates to
No, I know. Seriously, I
communicate.
literally just wish I could be like, hey, like follow me, or like, hey, I'm a healer. Like, stay close, don't run off ahead,
And
or like as a yeah,
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 and I
like as a
feel
tank.
like
Like, like the thing is, I was playing as a tank, and no one ended up being a healer, and because I'm like, there's no easy way to quickly be like someone be a healer. I had to like stop. I had to then go in with my controller and type someone needs to be a healer, and then like not even after that, like no one ended up being a
yeah, but
healer.
that's because you're playing on
Um, yeah,
open role. Like
yeah, but
honestly,
the thing,
I think the
yeah,
role queue is better because then
mhm,
everyone is obligated to play a certain role. They can't
yeah,
choose another character from another role. They have to choose a character from their role. I prefer that honestly because
mhm,
it makes a person because when they're looking up for a game, they know the consequences. While open role
yeah,
is just like, oh, I don't care if I have to be the medic. I'm not gonna be the medic. Like
mhm,
no, that's why I don't really like. Maybe when to troll around, that's fun, but like
mhm,
other than that, I prefer role queue.
yeah. No, no, that's fair.
Um, but I also think that the game did a big change where they changed the games from 6v6 to 5v5. I think he
Oh,
was. I
really?
might be wrong at this one. I think it was 2 DPS, two tanks, and two medics. And now it's one tank, two DPS,
Mm,
and two medics, which kind of leaves the tank to be the leader of the team. Like they call out the shots. We're gonna go in. You guys are gonna follow me. We're gonna get into the fight and shit like that. But like most players are still kind of scared, right? So they don't want to face in a fight. So they usually like having only one, only having one tank kind of puts a lot of pressure on the player, especially new players. So they're like kind of scared to do anything, like because oh shit, I have to be the one charging in. That's scary. Like I'm probably gonna get blasted.
Yeah.
So you kind of leave one person to kind of be the captain, and if it's an experienced player, you're kind of fucked from the get go. But speaking about the 5-5 as well, I feel like they changed to 5v5, but they didn't rework the characters to be 5v5 now, right? So the game was always designed for the first one, I mean, to be 6v6. You take out a character, you gotta now, in my opinion, rework all the characters. Now the team mode is different. Now it's 5v5. Now a character that was kind of bad now can actually be good in a 5v5. And a character that was good in a 6v6 now might be trash because it's 5v5. And the biggest example, I think, it's Diva. Personally, I thought Diva in Overwatch 1 was kind of eh. Like, I never enjoyed playing with her. I was just, every time I play with her, I just had a bad time. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. But now that in Overwatch 2, I tried her, and she's incredible. I know it doesn't make really a difference because it's just one player, but it does, because now Diva really only has to take out a tank. There's only one tank to deal, and she now does a shit ton of damage to the other team because the other team is now just 2 DPS and 2 medics. I don't know. I feel like they should have rebalanced the characters as well, reworked. Obviously, characters that are shit still remain shit. Widowmaker is awful, and she will be awful until the game closes. The servers to open Overwatch 3 servers, and when Overwatch 3 opens, she's gonna be still awful. But I just feel like Blizzard didn't really think this game through. They just thought, let's put Overwatch free to play and let's get some traffic again in our game, because I feel like Overwatch was kind of dead. It just died as a game. I don't know. Maybe there was, there was an active fan. I personally sometimes from time to time would get in, play a few matches, and drop out. But but um, but yeah, I feel like this whole launch has been really bad, and I feel, and not even going to talk about all the bugs and all the glitches and all the problems. Did you see the newest one that people already able to hack the game for some reason? Like there's people
I
already
mean,
hacking the aim and getting perfect aim.
mm-hmm.
Like I saw a clip of McCree. It's not called McCree anymore. I think it's Cassidy, whatever. I don't even know why they changed the name. But I saw a clip of a guy playing with Cassidy, and he was getting fucking headshots every second. Like he didn't miss a single headshot. It was like insane. So it was a really bad launch, and while we even putting aside how bad the launch was, I feel like the product we got was really underwhelming, especially because they were selling this as a sequel, as a redefining of the Overwatch franchise. That's what they call it when they announced it for the first time. I was
No,
expecting
I,
more.
I saw I saw I remember when they announced it, they were saying stuff like, oh, you can customize your hero, you can customize your ultimates and stuff like that. I
I
guess they
don't
just
remember that. But
no,
if
like, I
they
remember
did, they dropped
yeah,
it.
they definitely
I
dropped it.
swear I also remember.
Um,
I swear they announced a story mode. I legit remember reading Overwatch will have a story mode that will be
maybe
paid. And I was like, okay, cool.
maybe people took a co-op as like, oh, story
They
mode
were
or
gonna
something.
dive into the lore and shit like that, and
Mhm.
that's
Mhm.
through the story mode. I'm like,
Mhm.
well, that's cool. Overwatch has a really cool world,
Yep.
but
It
apparently,
is interesting, like, because like I get what you're saying, like they're billing this as a sequel, pardon me, and it's basically the same game. Um, but it's weird because like I'm coming in and this is all new to me. So like I'm seeing this as like all new. I'm like, oh, shiny, wow. And I wonder if they had just like I don't know. Maybe I think that this was kind of a miscalculation by them because you were saying like maybe they thought that they wouldn't attract as many players if they had just switched to free to play. But I think they would have. Because
No, they
I'm
knew.
thinking,
They knew.
like,
There's no way they don't know. Even
like, if
all,
they,
even Fall
yeah,
Guys redefined Fall Guys. And by the
mhm,
way, I still
yeah,
applaud Fall Guys. I feel like they did a terrific job
yeah,
bringing the game into to free to
well, yeah,
play. Maybe it was because I stopped playing Fall Guys a month after Fall Guys came out, but I really really like Fall Guys right now. It's my second multiplayer game. Obviously, Fortnite's still undefeated, and I don't think Fortnite will not be ever defeated. It's I was talking this to our friend Josh the other day. It was
yeah,
like it's insane that I've been playing Fortnite since 2017. That's 5 years I've been playing for Fortnite, and I still
yeah,
haven't got bored. Sure, I got bored here and there, but I always come
hmm,
back because I still enjoy the game every time. And I was hoping Overwatch would become like my main game in a way because I just
hmm,
loved it and thought, oh, they are really gonna put this game again on the map and I'm gonna fucking focus on it again and I'm gonna love it. And I'm still kind of underwhelmed. Like it's
yeah,
mostly the same. It's even worse. I think I'd rather play Overwatch One at this point. Like I remember Overwatch One. I
uh,
remember how he played and I remember liking it more than I like now. I don't know.
oh,
I'm kind of disappointed. I'm still gonna play it every now and then. Definitely not buying the fucking battle pass. That shit is a theft. And what you said about the characters is 100% true. Like people are like, oh, I have to pay 100 games. 100 games is like not even 10 hours of playing Overwatch. So come on, like it's not that much. And you get three. There's like 30 something characters. You get one character every 3 matches. Come on, like that's not too much. I feel like that's completely valid. Um, but I just feel like they should have, if they wanted to really cement this as a sequel, they should have come in with more maps, more modes, redefining the old modes, which they said they would. Like they said, the payload mode would suffer changes. I personally, I didn't notice any, but there might be. I don't know. They should have released more characters, new characters, and I definitely think those new characters should have been either tanks or supports. There's a lot of DPS characters. We don't need more. Let's get a few more supports and tanks. One support, one tank. At release, at least. Nope, we got one. Kiriko, she's cool. She's awesome. I like her a lot, but it's not enough, especially for older players. Like that's what I was reading. Like a guy said to me, Overwatch 1, 2 means nothing, because I was playing Overwatch 1 a week ago, and I feel like I'm still playing Overwatch 1. Nothing really changed. Just the logo and the intro to the game. I don't know. Personally, I think if they really want to cement this as the next step in the Overwatch franchise, they gotta invest more in it. If there's nothing new by December, and by new I mean a character maybe. Ah no, that's like 2 months. I don't know if they would release so close
I
to
don't
a new
know, man.
character
I know,
2 months.
I do
A
think this.
map maybe that would be cool, and maybe some like tweaks and reworks on the existing maps and characters. Did you see the fucking thing with Bastion? Bastion, yeah, Bastion, where Bastion can now
Same.
spam his ultimate
And his ultimate,
for
yeah.
8 seconds. He can cause a fucking nuclear bomb to land on the map. Like, what is that? It's so weird how they're handling this game
Yeah.
and how they're handling
Someone
the
was
sequel.
saying, you see, someone was saying, it was like, hey, what if they changed it that he can do that, but it does very little damage. So it could be used like tactically to like funnel players into like other choke points or something like that. But I don't know. That's just so insane that there's all these little hacks and not even hacks, like just like exploits and stuff. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's really
Mhm.
weird. It's really weird.
Mhm.
I'm hoping it gets better with time. I'm
Yeah.
hoping
It,
it's gonna become the promise. When does the co-op come out? There's no like
like sometime next year. They don't really
sometime
even
next year.
have.
Okay, it's not this year. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Would
Yeah.
it
They
be
don't even
cool
have
if
like
around
a.
like the Game Awards they would announce a new character? I'm not saying release it, but like announce like, oh, this character's
Yeah.
coming to Overwatch 2, and you can also count on these uh, new fucking maps and shit like that. But probably it
Yeah.
won't. Probably it won't be like that. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I was, as I said, like before the game came out, I was thinking, okay, I think Overwatch, not Overwatch, sorry. I think Fortnite is gonna be dethroned as like my main multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Even the other day, I was playing Overwatch and I stopped and said, "Hey, anybody want to play Fortnite? I'd rather be playing that." And I just went into Fortnite.
Oh,
Plus,
really?
we in Fortnite we have Goku. In Overwatch we have McDonald's. So anyways,
Let's go, McDonald's.
let's hope they fix the game. There's a lot of bugs as well that still need to be fixed. I really don't get the aim bug. I changed it because I don't know. People still said it plays better. I noticed no difference, but maybe it had something really happening behind the aim. But I don't know what is going on. But fix that. Fix fucking Bastion. Fix the people that are already cheating on the game. So like, just get your shit together. Basically, I don't know what I'm saying to Blizzard, and get a better barrel pass so I can spend money on the game. No, but yeah, whatever. If you like Overwatch One, if you played Overwatch One, it's Overwatch One basically, just with a few tweaks. If you have never played Overwatch, it's it's Overwatch that you always knew. But if you haven't tried it out, I try because even though I'm disappointed with it, it's still Overwatch. It's still a good game. It's still a good multiplayer game with a lot of variety when it comes to characters. Uh, and yeah, it's still worth trying out and playing because I still think it's a great game. It's just underwhelming that they're calling this a sequel. They should have just called it Overwatch something, a subtitle to mean that it's going free to play, whatever. So, anyways, let's move in then into our second topic of today, which might be our last. I don't really know. I'm gonna do a quick search on if there's anything else to talk about because usually game news kind of slow lately. Um,
Oh,
I don't know if we
I
talked about the
got a
Assassin's Creed
game.
gambling stuff, but we could talk about that.
Oh,
I don't
that
know.
yeah, Assassin's Creed Mirage will have
Gambling.
real
I
gambling in the game,
love casinos. They are
which
so fun.
yeah, which I'm like,
Um,
that's awful. Uh, I
but
hope
yeah,
they change that. Did they change that? Let me see. AC
no,
Mirage.
they
Yeah.
just like backed out on it. They didn't say anything. They just like,
No,
oh
they said yeah, they're like, well, the game is still pending rating. We want to reassure gamers that no real gambling or loot boxes are present in the game. Sorry, guys, it was a mistake. What the? Okay,
no,
so
did
it
they say
won't.
actually that?
Yeah, Assassin's Creed, the actual, yeah, the official account following the announcement of Assassin's Creed Mirage. Uh, some store pages displayed the game for pre-orders with an adults only ESRB rating, which is insane because that's like above M for mature. That's like a movie being NC-17. While the game is still pending rating, we want to reassure players that no real gambling or loot boxes are present in the game. Okay. The first reply is, "Don't worry, we know
I
you all."
was curious, like
Dude,
just
oh
I
my
was thinking
god.
about like, uh,
The first reply is, "Don't worry, we know you'll add them later."
I was just like curious to see like, oh maybe
Mhm, mhm.
let me see what news are out this
It's it.
weekend.
It's
So
interesting
look at
how
the hottest news in gaming. Elden Ring
yeah.
player beats Godskin duo using only his fists. Ex Bethesda dev says Starfield development team is more than double that Fallout 76. Means jack shit, brother. Did you see the size of the team behind Cyberpunk? Yeah.
Yeah.
GameStop appears to be selling Razer scooters. Uh, Apex Legends Mobile adds a mode that PC and console players want but will not get. Solo mode. Okay, cool. So apparently, if you play Apex Legends on your phone, first of all, what the fuck are you doing? Second, apparently you can now play solo.
Solo mode.
Yeah,
What?
apparently. Um,
Oh my god.
Mario Rabbids launch trailer gets a cinematic trailer, whatever. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 could be at famous soccer as DLC operators. So I'm gonna be able to play Modern Warfare with Ronaldo. Um, Xbox Game Pass made nearly 3 billion last year. A recent report filed by Brazil's Administrative Council of Economic Defense reveals exactly how much Microsoft Xbox Game Pass made in 2021. 3 billion? That's shit, that's a lot. I get it though, it's incredible service. New Xbox console spotted on Phil Spencer's shelf. Apparently, there's going to be new Xbox. Great stuff. I hope it's the next generation. Twitch streamer breaks back in TwitchCon. Oh, okay. Yeah, we could have talked about this, honestly. Fuck TwitchCon. Brought to you by these two guys fucking streaming on Twitch.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Overwatch 2 emotes and victory poses are having issues. Overwatch 2 players continue to report immersion-breaking bugs, including problems with the game's emotes and victory poses.
Oh my
So,
God.
yeah, great stuff.
We
Great stuff.
go.
Twitch,
And then
pay those people that broke their backs in your foam pit, which is insane to even say. Like,
yeah.
what the hell was going on in that fucking thing?
What
Whatever.
what were they cooking?
What were they cooking? What was Twitch cooking? Are they
Uh,
doomed? Um, but yeah, okay.
but
So let's talk about the other topic that I wanted to at least talk
oh
about.
my God, it's about a game I don't care about. It's about a
I
remake,
think we're talking about
remaster.
the model that
Oh,
Sony is approaching more or less.
yeah,
So
which is
there's a lot of rumors coming out, and these are piling up. So I'm starting to believe that this is actually happening, which is insane. But apparently, Sony is working on a Horizon Zero Dawn remaster. It's not a remake like The Last of Us Part 1, it's a remaster. So they're just basically giving it the, let's call it the Uncharted uh, Legacy Thieves or whatever it's called.
Sea of
Um,
Thieves. Yeah,
no, that's the fucking Xbox game, Sea of
is that?
Thieves.
Oh,
The Uncharted Thieves Collection, they called it, which
yeah.
was Uncharted 4 and Uncharted Lost Legacy
Hmm.
remastered to the PS5, which is basically, oh, we added 60 frames and we took out the multiplayer mode from Uncharted 4. Um, but yeah, Sony apparently is working on this, and my question is why? Because of two reasons. Number one, Horizon Zero Dawn came out in 2017. That is 5 years ago. To put you more in line, that's when more or less Infinity War came out. No, that was 2018, right?
Wonder
Very
Woman,
close to Infinity War. Do you think
Spider-Man:
Infinity War is an
Homecoming.
old movie? No. That's when Homecoming came out. Do you think Homecoming is an
Yeah,
old movie? No. That's
no.
when Kong Skull Island came out. Nobody saw that one, but those who did probably don't think it's an old movie. So
Yeah,
these that's a year before God of War. Do you think God of War is an old movie game? No. So what are they actually
crazy.
fucking cooking at the
Yeah, I
PlayStation?
know.
At PlayStation, I don't fucking know. But yeah, sorry, I meant to say it's not an old game. Second of all, this is my second thing that I want to say. There is already a remaster of Horizon Zero Dawn. It's called Horizon Forbidden West. It's mostly the same game with just a better open world, more variety in the villains, more variety in the weapons, more variety in the gameplay, how you like take down robots and shit like that. More variety in the traversal. Now you have like a glider, which makes the traversal way better. There's the flying things, the pterodactyl things that make traveling also really cool. Better story, even though it's shit, but it's a bit better than shit. Like story in Horizon 1 was like really bad. In Forbidden West is like bad. So it's a bit better. Why would you play? And you don't need to play or Zero Dawn before Forbidden West because they give you like a sum of a quick summary of what happened in Horizon Zero Dawn, and that's all I needed because I barely remember the story from Zero Dawn. Who is asking this? Who wants a remaster of Horizon? I feel like this is happening because the show is moving along fast. Like I feel like Sony is fast tracking the Horizon show to come out. Like I'm gonna say, not even exaggerated. I think it might come out like in
Yeah,
two,
that's exactly
two,
why
three
that's
years. Like I would not be shocked if we see the show in 2024.
happening. Yeah.
Uh, which I hope to God they hire some good writers Cause
Yeah, can you make the story
the
actually interesting, please?
like
Uh,
my guy,
mhm.
I really hope they get their shit together when it comes to the story. But I'm just questioning, what are they doing? What are they doing? Like, I feel like lately PlayStation's business strategy is, let's remake every popular game we have, because every popular game we have is going to have a show. So let's remake everything quick and easy.
Yeah.
That's not what I liked about PlayStation. What I liked about PlayStation was diversity, was the amount of games, exclusive games we would get every year. These incredible different stories from different perspectives, and also very different when it came to the gameplay. That was what I love about PlayStation. PlayStation could be releasing a platformer early in the year and then end the year with a third person shooter, and both would be awesome. What are they doing? Why are we getting these remakes, remasters, blah blah blah? And apparently they're also working on Twisted Metal. Um, uh, it, I think they call it actual remake because they're remaking the first ever Twisted Metal. You know why? Because there's gonna be a Twisted Metal show coming out in a few years with Anthony Mackie.
Yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't
gonna
be
be
surprised if Anthony Mackie voices the main character of the game. Legit wouldn't be surprised. And it's being made by the guys that did Destroy All Stars, a game that I found fun for like 20 minutes and then never put it on again. Um, I just don't get, man. I just don't get it. This strategy. Apparently, the leaks also mentioned that they're working on an Horizon multiplayer game. Huh? How? How are you gonna? How? Unless it's open world MMO, how, like, what are you gonna do really? And they're obviously working on the VR game as well. They also announced that the leak also, the rumor also says they're working on a DLC for Forbidden West. Cool, that's what you be should be working on. Just that, just a DLC on Forbidden West. Why do we need a multiplayer game on Horizon? Who played Horizon and said, you know what, this would be a kick-ass multiplayer game? Nobody. Like with Last of Us, yeah, you could say the same thing. Oh, but Last of Us also, nobody said that Last of Us would be cool in multiplayer. Yes, but we have a reference. We know what it can be because there's already a Last of Us multiplayer game called Factions, and it's incredible. So we know that it can work. Horizon, we don't know anything, and it probably will not be good. I'm just saying. It's supposed to be a live service because apparently Sony is also really going for live service now. What is going on there? I don't know. It's so bizarre what Sony's doing lately. I totally get the part 1 remaster remake. Last of Us, the show comes out next year. You gotta somehow cash in on it. I get it. I get it. But this is not needed. This is not needed. Whoever is gonna play Horizon Zero Dawn is probably gonna. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say this. Horizon Zero Dawn got an update this year. Sorry, last year. In 2021, they updated Horizon Zero Dawn and gave it 60 frames. So the main reason you might want to get the remaster is because, I can play in 60 frames. You can play Resident Zero Dawn right now in 60 frames for the PS5. They updated it. Same thing they did with God of War. Like, I just don't get all these remasters. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, please do something new. Do a new Last of Us on the Last of Us universe. Do a different story. Maybe an 8 hour long story on Horizon Worlds. I don't know. Just do something different. Stop giving me recycled games. I already play them. I don't want to play them again. Never in my life thought to myself, you know what? You know what a game I would love to replay in like a PS5 graphics? Last of Us. No, no. Last of Us looks
yeah.
great on PS3 and PS4. I
Mm.
don't need another Last of Us. I need new games. I need a new Sly Cooper. That would be cool. Not saying to remake the old Sly Coopers, and even that would be cooler than Horizon. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I heard that like Somniac also was, there was a rumor a while ago that they were also making Somniac remaster Ratchet and Clank 2 because they remastered Ratchet and Clank 1. Sorry, they remade
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank 1. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
no, we can do a new Ratchet and Clank if you want. We're not going to remaster Ratchet and Clank 2. And they're like, okay, just do a new Ratchet and Clank. And they're like, okay, cool. And we got a new, brand new Ratchet and Clank. Do
Yeah.
new Horizon games. Do new Last of Us games in the worlds. People will be like, okay, cool, I love this world. Let me check out other stuff from this world. I doubt
Yeah.
there's going to be anyone who like, I really want to rewatch this story in a video game, or I really want to watch a movie out of this. Like, no, those
Hmm.
games are already cinematic enough. We don't need to rewatch them or replay them or whatnot. I don't know. It's so annoying. It's so annoying.
Yeah. Hmm.
Did
Let's see
what did you
what
we this year we got two
what
PlayStation games. No, sorry, we got Horizon. Never mind. I was gonna say we're gonna only get God of War and Last of Us, and one of them was a remaster slash remake, which is sad. But no, we got Horizon. I forgot about Horizon. I feel like Returnal is gonna be the last big new Sony exclusive. Returnal was awesome. Let's get more of that. Returnal was awesome. It was hard as fuck, but it was awesome. Let's get more of that. I don't know. Sorry, Matt. I went on a
It's all
rant.
good. I was no, it's fine because I was occupied. This fella
The cat?
has yeah decided to step on me.
Oh,
I don't know.
Sylvester, my guy. He's like
Yeah,
immoral,
there he is.
apparently.
Yeah, apparently this guy's been to the vet more times than I can count, but he's still here. Anyways, yeah, I agree. I'm getting very tired of, and I know it's the people can be like, oh, it's only been a few games. I'm like, yeah, but like it's a few games in a row where this has
Mm-hmm.
happened,
Mm-hmm.
and this is getting because I agree. Remember in like 2020 where we were talking about how like Xbox you get like the Game Pass and you get like a ton of games, but Sony you get like the cream of the crop exclusive. Like, could you get out of the way? Thank you. You get like cream of the crop exclusive games. It's like the going to like the 5-star restaurant. And now I feel like it's just like the same again and again and again and again. And I know we're just about to get God of War. We're just about to get uh not just about, but soon we'll get Spider-Man and but like it's kind of a far off a ways right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of getting worried that they're gonna pivot more to just remaking. Like, who knows? Maybe soon they'll be like, like, I mean, they already did do a PS. I was about to say maybe they'll do a PS5 remaster of Spider-Man, and I'm like, wait,
They
they did.
already did.
They did.
And it's
So,
annoying that that one is locked to Miles Morales. You have to get Miles Morales Ultimate
I
Edition
know.
to play the remastered.
Like, anyways. Anywho, like hopefully it changes. Like I said, we are. I do wonder what we'll be thinking like a year from now when we probably will have Spider-Man 2 and then also Ragnarok and then also hopefully some other stuff. But
Oh,
we'll hope
Wolverine
I'm
maybe.
yeah, we'll see. We'll
Uh,
see.
but there was a
I
that was another. I was reading another thing really quickly. People are like, why the fuck are you remastering Horizon Zero Dawn when there's like games like Bloodborne that would make even more sense to remaster in a way than Horizon. Bloodborne is stuck on the PS4. It's an exclusive to PS4. They're not even letting Bloodborne out to PC. They're leaving it locked on a PS4. The game I play the game. The game plays like shit on PS4 because the game has like 5 frames per second. Like the frame
wait,
rate
which,
of Bloodborne is really bad.
oh yeah.
Why not put that on the people will buy it. And now with the hype of Elden Ring, people will get it. The
Mhm.
Bloodborne remastered. Put that shit on PC and PlayStation 5, people will drive and get that game day one. You can maybe get off with charging like $60 for it because people will buy it. I'm fairly sure. There was a lot of rumors apparently that Sony is also going to have a PlayStation experience this month. don't really know. There's not like a date or anything, but there's like a lot of rumors piling up because I was reading about it. Um, the guys that worked on Final Fantasy 16 keep saying that there's going to be news about the game in October. Uh, the people, there's apparently some more gameplay to be shown of God of War, and it's soon. So when is soon? If the game comes out in November, October. So maybe Sony. There's a lot of rumors that Sony is piling up announcements to drop on a. It's not even. They're not even calling it a state of play. They're calling it an actual PlayStation event where they'll drop. Uh, they will drop a lot of announcements, and I hope that happens because if it's one Horizon remaster in a sea of new games and new IPs
Yeah.
and just I'll excuse it because sure you gotta get some eyes on Horizon because of the show. I get it. But if it's like Horizon, Twisted Metal remake, Gran Turismo remake, because apparently there's also going to be a fucking Gran Turismo show. Fucking Last of Us remake, Last of Us 2 remake, because we just got Last of Us. God of War remake. Like, if that's just it,
We'll see.
what's the point, man? It's just annoying. Anyways, it's sad. Let's hope it changes. They
We'll
keep
see.
saying, like, oh, we won't abandon AAA games. We know our worth. This just means they'll do a Ghost of Tsushima remaster for the PS5. Fucking hell. So yeah, I think that basically we got what we wanted out of the way.
Right.
Usually, do you want to do? I don't know if you've been playing anything other than multiplayer games. We
No,
usually end
I've actually been
with
playing the I've been playing
Battlestar.
Assassin's.
No, it was not
No,
Battlestar. Rock something. What was the name of that fucking game?
listen, Deep Rock Galactic.
It looks like a
Everyone needs
fake
to
game
try that.
for the
You,
Game
you
Boy.
gotta you gotta try that out. It's so much fun. But no, I've been playing Assassin's Creed 2 for the first time. I've never played Assassin's Creed 2 actually, which
Oh,
is crazy. And
that's
yeah,
crazy.
shocker. Shocker, it's a good game.
It's a good game. I told you this. My favorite
Yeah,
ones
yeah,
are
yeah.
Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed
Mhm.
2, and Black Flag. Those are my three favorite Assassin's Creed game.
Mhm. I
Uh,
still
Odyssey is a
I
great
have like
game, but I prefer the other three.
yeah,
I feel like
I
Odyssey. I know you were against this kind of complaints, but to me, it is a complaint. Odyssey
yeah,
has too much to do. Like
yeah.
it's very overwhelming, and it gets to a point. It's so
You
much that
don't
you're like,
you
oh,
don't need you
I
don't
don't
need
wanna.
to do you don't need to do it. That's the thing. It's
I
optional.
know, but
Like
here's the
you
thing.
don't yeah,
It's the same thing as like going to a restaurant. This my girlfriend has this problem, by the way.
yeah,
She hates when we go to a restaurant and our plates, basically hers. I couldn't give a fuck about mine, but she hates when she goes to a restaurant and she sees a lot of food in the plate. When like a gigantic amount of food in the plate, because she's like,
yeah.
oh, this is so much food. It's already making me not want to eat it all. Like it's just so much. It's kind of making me nauseous. That's just so much food, and
You
I feel like it's the same thing with the game. I see that
mm,
there's a shit ton of stuff to do. I'm like, ah,
yeah.
there's so much. And if the game is not,
Just do the
since the
main
game,
story
but
then.
since the game is not
Like
that large in scale, it feels like everything is in this place where I have to do everything in this like little area. Obviously, it's
don't
that's not the
like
case, but
yeah.
it's just
Uh,
that's my problem. I feel like the Assassin's Creed Two,
thing is, I
Brotherhood,
will say
Black
Assassin's
Flag
Creed
all had
2.
the
I can
nice
totally see.
balance.
I can totally see why, because like Assassin's Creed 2, the areas are big, but they're not like insanely large.
No, no, no,
And
no, 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 no.
I think I can see why people
Did you ever
have
play
it like
Unity?
that. Yeah, I really didn't like Unity.
Oh,
I
really? I liked a
really
few
didn't like
areas of the
Unity.
game.
I
I
like
remember there was
I
a
know that
mission at the Notre Dame that I thought
mhm,
was really cool, but that's
yeah.
about it.
The
The game was
thing that
stunning for the time.
yeah, sure. No, it looked great, but like that's the thing. I've noticed that a lot of like I don't know, quote unquote, hardcore Assassin's Creed fans love Unity because the parkour is really involved. And
Not
again,
gonna
this
lie, I
is just
barely remember.
a personal preference thing. I don't like. I really I would much rather just let the character do all the parkour,
Yeah.
which I know is like the big divide
Wait, do you
in
prefer that?
today's
What do you mean by the parkour? Just pressing
So
X
like in
and they
it,
do
so
everything?
like yeah, exactly. So like in Assassin's Creed 2, a lot of things it's like you can't climb and you got to figure out and it's a lot slower paced because you
Hmm.
got to like think and like be like, okay, I got to go there, up there and there. And I know that that is a lot of people's favorite thing about the franchise. For me, my favorite thing about the franchise is exploring the
Hmm.
areas. Like I
Hmm.
love the recreations of the different times in history. And when, for me, in Assassin's Creed 2, I'm like, oh, I really want to
Okay.
check out this building, and I can't do that because I'm like, oh, it's way too like, oh,
These are the only
this
I had
area
it here. These are the
out of it.
only Assassin's Creeds I own right now. It's 2 and
There you
Brotherhood.
go.
I don't have any
There you
other.
go. There you
I mean,
go.
no, that's a lie. I have Odyssey for the PS4, but that's about it.
Hell yeah.
I
But
don't
yeah,
have Assassin's
so
Creed 3.
anyways,
Oh, I thought I
the
had it.
that's the one in America, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that one,
But
but I
anyway,
thought I had it. Oh.
but anyways, yeah, no, I'm still am really enjoying it. I just like the
You
gameplay,
know a game you
the
probably wouldn't enjoy? You wouldn't enjoy Mirror's Edge.
no, I like that game. I like that
It's
game
mostly
because
like
no,
it's
but that's the thing. Like that is very different
true,
parkour
true, true. It's
from
basically
playing.
the main thing of the game. True, true.
That is the thing of the game, and it's really
What
fun
about Uncharted?
because
Is it more comparable Uncharted?
I've never played Uncharted.
None?
Um, oh no, I played a bit of the second one, and
What?
that, but like,
Alright,
yeah,
we're gonna
that,
have
yeah, no,
to stream Mateen playing the
man,
entirety of
there's
Uncharted. Bro, you
because
have
I
not
hit,
played a single other than
I've,
2? By the way,
I've,
2 is my favorite game of all
played,
time. It's an incredible
I
game.
played,
Fantastic
I played
game.
a bit, I played a bit of two. I played a bit
You
of
gotta
two.
play
I haven't,
2, 3,
yeah,
and 4. Those 3 are great. The first
yeah,
one is kinda eh. I think
yeah,
the time really took its toll on him.
yeah,
But
yeah. Hmm.
but the other 3 are mwah, mwah.
Hmm.
But you gotta play the
Yeah,
remaster because those are like the
yeah.
the defined versions of the originals.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. Other than multiplayer games, which is fucking what's the name? Overwatch,
Overwatch.
Fortnite, and Fall Guys. I've been playing Sifu, and
Oh yeah.
I'm loving that game. It's so good. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if it's my favorite game out of 2022 because I loved Arceus as well. It's either between Arceus or Sifu,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I'm gonna give the slight edge to Sifu just because Sifu is an indie game, an indie title. Excuse me, an indie title, and I don't get how people are like, oh, the game is short.
Yeah, but the whole
It's
point of
not
the game
short.
is
Yeah, the length of the game
yeah,
itself is
yeah.
short, but you die constantly, and you do a lot of runs. So technically, that length doesn't really matter. And I rather have a short but incredible game than a long and just
And then
fine
mediocre
game that
game.
gets tedious after a while.
Mhm.
I think it's the perfect length. It's really good. It's really challenging but fair. But like sometimes you'll die at the early stages and then you go back. Okay, what did I do wrong here? What? How can I get better here? I remember in the second boss. I'm on the fourth guy. I haven't started the fourth villain section. I beat the first three. There's only two to go, but I think I'm around the fourth guy. I remember in the second guy, I lost a few years of my life fighting him, which were so stupid because after beating him, I went back to analyze my fighting style with him. He's very easy once you really learn his pattern. So I'm thinking of like I'm gonna finish the game now, the first run, but I'm thinking of going back after so I can beat him in just one go because I'm curious if I can beat him in one go because he has a very easy pattern to learn. And when you learn it, you just have to dodge at the right time, and you barely get any hits on him. So I think Sifu is from the music, from the gameplay, from the art style. I think it's beautiful. From the story, I think the story is obviously simple but effective. It's a easy, effective revenge story. Uh, Very fun fact: the game is all in Japanese. It's not in English, which I think is cool.
Are you
If,
sure it's
maybe
Japanese? I think it's
is
isn't
it?
it like
I thought.
Cantonese or Mandarin?
Well, whoopsie! I thought it was Japanese. My bad.
Oh,
It's not in English. It's not in
yeah,
English
yeah.
unless I picked it and I don't remember. But it's
Mhm.
not in English. I'm not playing at least in English. Um, yeah,
Mhm.
Incredible game, probably the best one I played this year. I don't know if it's probably gonna be, it's most likely gonna be topped by God of War Ragnarok, but whatever. It's still worthy of mentioning, and yeah, that's around an hour, which we usually do. It's an hour normally, so yeah. Do you want to say anything before we
No,
go?
no,
No. All right.
no, I'm good.
We're gonna try to stream again maybe this week. Just not this style, just gaming. Just
Just
gaming.
gaming.
Try to stream gaming. I have to see if my
Mhm.
PC um, can take the the power it
The
needs to stream,
yeah,
but we'll
we'll
set it
see.
up, and whenever we do, we'll share it and whatnot. So thank you for watching us, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Also check out on Spotify because I put everything on Spotify. So bye.